Hi everyone, welcome back to my Tech Stack learning channel. I hope everybody is doing really great. And this is a continuation of my LangChain series. This is the fourth session where I'm today focusing majorly on the LangChain wrappers. So basically, you will understand what is LangChain LLM wrappers and which all providers are supported, right? So you don't have to manually handle REST API calls, payloads, and the response parsing. So instead, you can get a clean Python interface that is like provider agnostic. You don't have to worry in the future in case if my LLM changed to this to that provider, right? So it's just a piece of code has to be changed, not major change to the um, overall code, right? So stay tuned till end of this video, and if you like my channel, please do subscribe. Let's get diving. What is LLM wrapper, right? So it is simply an abstraction, basically, right? It's an abstraction layer that actually lets LangChain, right? LangChain communicate with the different LLMs. It's just a layer between the LangChain and the LLM models, right? So here what happens is you can swap the providers without rewriting the logic. Like you interact with LLM using invoke, stream, or it could be a chains, or it could be a batch, right? So that is how you interact with the LLMs, right? And there is no rewrite of logic or the code when you are going to swap to the different LLMs. The supported LLM models would be like Azure OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Mistral, Hugging Face, and Ollama. So most of the providers are tied up with the LangChain in terms of the wrapper, and you can integrate to multiple LLM providers with ease, right? So basically, this wrappers, right? It majorly comes in terms of two interfaces. One is like chat model wrappers. Another one is like a text wrappers, or we can call it simple it as a LLM wrappers, right? So the chat model wrappers are mainly for the conversational models like Chat GPT, or it could be GPT-4, Turbo, or Gemini, right? For those models, these wrappers are for, and LLM wrappers are majorly for text in, text out models, right? That could be a legacy Hugging Face models, or it could be a DaVinci models from the OpenAI, right? So those models will be the text in, uh, text in, text out ways of handling the wrappers, right? So both this will give you a consistent API, like it gives you invoke, dot batch, or the dot stream, which will handle invoke will majorly handle for single call and single response, right? And the batch will be having batch calls, and you will get a batch response respectively. And streaming response, you know, it could be it's like a as and when the chunks comes in, we can just keep on showing to the user. So this is very much useful when we are doing the chat implementation. So now let's see the different wrappers interfaces what we have. As I said, right, it's a chat model, or it could be a text in model, right? So let's create one file for LLM wrapper interface dot py, and then let's start with the chat model wrapper. Hope you all would have seen the previous code, right? But still I'll just go ahead and write it for you guys again. From dot env import load dot env. This is required because my all the environment variables are in the .env, right? And then I'll go with LangChain OpenAI import. So this is where our chat open AI interface is getting called via LangChain. It's like a wrapper, right? Now we will load our environment variables first, right? Then what I'll do here is I'll just initialize the LLM. Okay, Azure Chat OpenAI. Then so what I'll do is I have this uh, first example, right? Let me copy paste this details, okay, from here. Okay, so I have open uh, just a second. I will take it for the Azure Chat OpenAI. Okay, well, give me 1 second. Let me check this. Yes, this one. Okay, so you have your deployment, OpenAI keys, endpoint, API version. This is the basic things which we needed for our connections, right? Now let me just simply call this LLM, chat LLM dot invoke of hello. Okay, that's all I'm going to do it. Then I'll just print response dot content. Okay, this is about the chat model. So what I'll do here is Python LLM wrapper. Let's see how is it responding. Yes, you can see it has responded. Hello, how can I assist you today? So this is about the chat model. Okay. Now I'll show you on the LLM text model wrapper, right? So here what happens is I will have to have the same thing, but instead of Azure OpenAI, Chat OpenAI, I'll just put OpenAI. Okay, and then what I'll do, the LLM will remain LLM. Also will have to be changed accordingly, right? So I'll put LLM equal to Azure OpenAI, then Azure deployment equal to. So for some reason in my instance, this DaVinci is not working. I think it's quota issue or something looks like, so I'm not able to run it, but you can use this model in your deployment and then you can test it. Okay, Azure OpenAI key. Okay, and then I will have to have one more called endpoint. So let me copy this. So it will be this endpoint, and I will also have the API version, right? And the invoking will be same. I don't know, there will not be any change in the invoke. It will be same. It will be LLM invoke. Okay. Here it will throw error that because I'm not going to invoke this. So I'm just commenting this and I will run here and show it will throw error because the DaVinci, for some reason, it is not working in my OpenAI instance. So it is selling deployment not found, right? So but you can use this and then you can try it out. Okay, now so here basically you can use the chat OpenAI when your deployment is like chat GPT style model, right? Then you can use this chat OpenAI, Azure Chat OpenAI. And Azure OpenAI, whenever your deployment is a completion style like older or the text based or a DaVinci 3, right? Majorly we will be using chat OpenAI rather than the simple OpenAI wrapper, right? So now this we have seen a single call. You call, you get a response, right? Now we will see for the batch call. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll take the same chat LLM only. Okay, chat LLM. What I'll do here, responses just go equal to chat LLM dot batch of I'll put an array of questions. Hello, then I'll give how are you, right? And then what I'll do here is for R in responses, then I'll put print of R dot content. Okay. So this one I'm going to comment it out for now. Okay. And then let's run and see. So it should give you two responses, one for hello and one for how are you. So hello, how can I assist you today? And how are you? As an AI, I do not have feelings. So it has given the responses, right? This is the batch call. Now we also have the last thing is the streaming output, right? So here also I'll take same chat LLM. So chunk um, chunk in chat LLM dot stream of hello, how are you? Okay, and then I'll put a colon here and then say print chunk dot content comma and equal to this, right? And then flash equal to true. Okay, I'll just comment this for now and then I'll run this and show you. It has given you invalid syntax. Why so? What is that missing here? LLM for chunk in LLMs chat LLM stream of this. This has been closed. Print chunk dot content. Oh, this is the issue. Okay, let's try. What is the issue again? Print this should not be a problem. This should not be a problem. Flash equal to true. Let's try again. Invalid keyword argument for print. Okay, what is the issue? Oh, sorry, it's flush. I'm sorry, it's a spelling error. You can see it has streamed and it has given the response, right? So this is how the streaming works. So if you want, I can just run again and show you. Yeah, it just streams and gives. It's not all at once, right? This is how basically the streaming works. Okay, now I cannot run for all the LLM models, okay, but I can do one thing. I can show how the wrapper looks like for each, because I don't have the LLM yet enabled for all the providers yet, right? But this is how it looks like. Okay, so for example, Anthropic, you will have to import this way. Okay, and for Google Gemini, you have to import this way, and Hugging Face you will have to import with this module or the interface and the local models. So everywhere the common thing is LLM.invoke. You have to just change the configurations and the imports of the LLMs. Other than that, everything is same. Right? So that's the beauty of the LangChain. So what is the reality here, right? So here you can see that the same LangChain interface works across all the providers, right? Regardless of is it going to be a OpenAI or Anthropic or Ollama, right? Irrespective of which provider we are into, right? This LangChain is basically a universal interface. You get a user query, you just change the LLM configurations, and you are able to invoke the um, LLMs, right? So swap providers with one line of code, your logic stays the same, right? So when to use which, it depends upon your requirement. So some might be best for general purpose apps, some other could be mainly used for reasoning and long term text, right? Accordingly, you will have to choose your LLM. So now we are at the end of the session. So I hope you have understood what is LLM wrappers within the LangChain. And key takeaways here is like LangChain is basically universal access, right? Unifies the access to multiple LLM providers. So it's basically clean APIs. Swapping providers, just changing one line of code. You can mix provider inside chains and agents, right? So that's the overall about this LLM wrappers and how to use it. So if you like this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you have any specific topic, please do put in the comment box. Thank you.